My name is Jake Nelson. I studied astronomy and mechanical engineering at Cornell University, and towards the end of my time I got really interested in manufacturing and how things were made, and I wanted a life of travel and adventure, and I went into operations improvement consulting, and I've been doing it ever since. I've done it for 25 years now, and as part of that, in 2013 I got together with some former colleagues to form Chartwell. We started with 3 people. On that first day, we've grown to about 85 consultants today. We are globally deployable from our offices in the UK, Germany, Switzerland, and the US. We specialize in delivering rapid productivity improvement programs in manufacturing companies. Things like drug shortages, oversold chemical plants, anything where a big improvement is needed in a short period of time. We work across all manufacturing sectors, and I've worked in most of them. But most recently I've done a ton of work in pharma and API and chemicals. But we also do a lot of work in packaging, consumer goods, industrials, and technical services. So I'd had a few projects in pharma and API prior to the pandemic. I led an 18-month turnaround at a company in the UK that turned frozen human plasma into IVIG, albumin, and blood clotting factors. That company was going to be closed, and we were brought in as the consultancy of last resort. And I led a turnaround program to double its productivity, which enabled it to survive, but also to go from making a large loss to making a large profit and eventually be sold into the private sector. I'd done a few more projects after that at pharma CDMOs, but then when the pandemic hit, all of our projects globally stopped within about a 2-week period. And we made the decision at that time to redeploy all of Chartwell into pandemic fighting industries. So I went to work improving the output at a healthcare supply company. My partner Mike went into some companies making long shelf life foods. Our team in the UK got the opportunity to work with one of the biggest testing kit manufacturers that had to scale up their output by a factor of 1,000 in a single year. I then got the opportunity to work at one of the CDMOs that was making some of the main COVID therapeutics, and then eventually helped one of the big pharma companies to improve the vaccine output for the US. And since then, that work has continued through to this day, right? So since then we've made increasing the supply of life-saving and life-extending drugs one of the cornerstones of Chartwell's purpose. And so we're constantly searching for drug shortages or oversold plants so that we can reach out and offer our help. So I'd say it's 2 things. So one, we're able to deliver a really big result in a very short period of time compared to what our clients are normally used to. So a typical project for us will deliver 20 to 50% more productivity within a 3 to 6 month period. And we're able to do that because of the second reason. We are delivery experts. Our people are all scientists and engineers. We're not just facilitators when we're on site. We're actually working 4 days a week embedded on our clients' production sites, helping to make the improvements, but also to break the constraints and to solve the problems that stop improvement from happening. So we are there when the results are delivered, and we are experts at delivering those types of manufacturing improvements at a really fast pace, even in highly regulated industries like pharma and API. So we are embedded directly on our client sites to deliver the results. So we are there working with their people every day to make things happen, to compress the timelines, to get things through all of the management of change processes that have to occur, and to overcome all the constraints that are typically slowing down progress. So different manufacturing sectors are different processes are different. We have over 20 years of experience working across a really broad range of batch processes, chemical processes, discrete. We've worked across almost every manufacturing sector. We have a really deep science-based methodology that can uncover a lot of opportunity to improve, like even in situations where it's thought to be impossible or that everything is already optimized. So every project that we do is bespoke based on what we're improving and based on our initial analysis where we scope out what we think the improvements will be and what the glide path for that will be. What they should know is, so one is we're going to deliver a really big improvement beyond what people think is possible, and that this is going to be very, very challenging. A lot of our programs, that don't go ahead, they go ahead because people think that what we're talking about is impossible. They don't think that a big improvement can be made, or there are politics that are getting in the way. So aligning the stakeholders in the beginning is super important to getting a successful project started.